Hello, good evening. We're going to start with a poem. Nature as a resting wheel. Calm is all nature as a resting wheel. The kine are couched upon the dewy grass. The horse alone, seen dimly as I pass, is cropping audibly his later meal. Dark is the ground, a slumber seems to steal over vale and mountain and the starless sky. Now, in this blank of things, a harmony, home felt and home created, comes to heal that grief for which the senses still supply. Fresh food. For only then, when memory's hushed, am I at rest. That's a poem by William Wordsworth. So, long time ago. Welcome to the Premier Wellness Travel Meditation Sessions, where I offer space and support to focus on our breath, to create connection, and to up our vibrations. I'm Cassandra Marcella Metzger, and I'm a certified yoga therapist and the founder of Premier Wellness Travel. And I'm here to guide you in the discovery of this very effective practice of meditation during this unusual time when we cannot travel or venture abroad, or maybe even leave our homes. Each weekday at 6, I'll be here to guide you and inspire you to create possibility for groundedness and for routine, which is very important during these times, during times of stress, and also when you're traveling. Routine can be very helpful. And also to create possibility for kindness and self-compassion. I'm going to be offering a few tips and resources along the way as they seem appropriate. And I haven't ever said this before, but if you like this video and you're watching on YouTube, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. That would be very helpful. And I thank you in advance. So let's get started. Today, we're going to move through that grief for which the senses still supply. And I was thinking about what that might be in this day and age, and I came up with social media, that our senses are supplied with grief by social media. Now, that provides fresh food and fodder on a regular basis that might disturb us. But I want to be very clear about something. I'm not one of these people who subscribes to this idea that all social media is bad. Media itself, in my opinion, is neutral. It's simply a delivery system. And there's good and bad television. There are good and bad movies. And the same thing can be said about social media. It can be both good or bad depending on the content and how it's used. I think many people nowadays are finding that it's a wonderful way to create community and feel connected to people while in isolation. And as someone who myself was isolated, sometimes for weeks or months at a time, social media was a lifeline for me. It was my only community, and it definitely ameliorated the solitude that I felt and the loneliness. So again, many of us maybe are now realizing the same. So I believe that the privilege to be able to shun social media entirely is just that, a privilege. You're able to do it because you're able to be out and about and see people, and that satisfies all your human need for connection. But not all can afford to for various reasons, or are able to, again, for various reasons. So let's go ahead and take a comfortable seat. And I want you to go ahead and close your eyes and elongate your spine. Again, we do that just so the breath can move easily through our bodies. You can be sitting in a chair or sitting cross-legged on the floor or on your bed. If you're sitting in a chair, you can go ahead and lean against the back of the chair. But we just want to be sitting as elongated as possible with a straight spine. And go ahead and close your eyes. Now make sure that your chin is a little raised and that your head sits easily above your spine. Go ahead and allow like a gentle smile just appear up across your mouth. And I want you to take a nice breath in, hold it for a second, and then let it go with a small sigh. So I'll do it as well. Breathing in. Now with the next breath, I want you to allow yourself to draw in ease. So as you're breathing in, I want you to think about that. Breathing in ease and letting the ease kind of wash over you, flowing freely in, and then when you exhale, flowing freely out. So let's breathe in, breathing ease. And breathing out. Now rest for another moment before we take another deep breath. And this time I want you to imagine like a bowl sitting on top of your head. You see the bowl I have behind me here? So something like that, like sitting on top of your head. And as you take that breath, I want you to imagine as you're balancing this, that you're filling this bowl with ease. So as you breathe in, the ease is coming in and just sitting and resting inside this bowl that is resting on top of your head. Okay, so let's do that now. And exhale. And inhale again, filling the bowl a little bit more. Notice all the ease that you've collected in the bowl. And as you breathe out, imagine the bowl is pouring this beautiful ease out all over you. Let it spill and open you up. Now in your mind, imagine that you're looking at a screen and seeing other people's lives, whether that's on Facebook or on Instagram or on Twitter. You're just seeing what other people are thinking and what they are doing and what they are feeling because they're sharing it. And maybe you think that their lives and their feelings and their thoughts are better than yours. Maybe they're funnier. Maybe they're more insightful. Maybe they're good enough for a retweet. And when you scan through maybe your feed on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, maybe you see people's photos. And you see lots of happy faces and friends and pictures of past trips or graduations or marriages or just a lot of happiness. And you're not feeling so happy. But you see people, lots of people, and lots of pictures. Maybe you even come across something that stings, like an ex who's betrayed you, or an ex who's happy with somebody else who's moved on, looks very fine. Maybe it's a party or an outing or a trip that you were not invited to participate in, and you wonder why. Or maybe you see a notification come in that somebody that you esteem liked a photo or gave you a thumbs up or a love emoji or laughed at something that you wrote. And this brings you joy because this person is somebody who, again, that you esteem and who took a second to click something. It's not somebody you talk to very often, but it feels good to see them noticing you, for you to notice them noticing you and your pictures or your posts every now and then. And again, in your mind's eye, you see yourself scanning along the social media and you think you're only going to do it for 2, 3, maybe 5 minutes. And the next thing you know, you're shocked to realize that 30 minutes has passed by, or 45. This happened to me yesterday. You've been reading people's posts and looking at their beautiful pictures and watching people's lives, and 45 minutes of your own life has passed you by. Or maybe you've seen bad news, horrifying news, or news that makes you wonder what in the world. And that sets off an emotional reaction in you. Again, this is a situation where you're reacting to news and not proactively going to find out what's going on. But again, in the meantime, you've forgotten about your own life. Now, take a second and evaluate what your posture is like now. Have you slouched? So I'm going to sit up tall again. My own posture is slouched. And that bowl is not sitting very easily on top of your head anymore because of the slouch. And notice how you feel. You know, is your spine still tall and straight? Maybe not. Maybe it is. But go ahead and correct your posture. Tall and proud. Imagine that bowl again. And take a nice, big, easy breath. Bringing that ease back in. And as you breathe out, allow, again, the ease to wash over you. Bring a smile to your face. And notice how the air feels around you. Is it cool or warm? Or does it feel temperatureless? Become aware of the sounds around you. Do you hear traffic or sirens? Do you hear the fan of an air conditioner? Do you hear birds flying or helicopters flying? How many different kinds of things can you hear? Take another nice deep breath, but listen to your breathing more than paying attention to just how your body feels. So listen to what it sounds like to breathe while being mindful about the breath. So this meditation today was just to bring some mindfulness and awareness to your use of social media and how it makes you feel. Now, again, it might make you feel more alone. It might make you feel more connected. Whichever one is fine, but just notice what it is. Don't let 45 minutes go by without you realizing it, without you being mindful and deliberate about it. Don't be judgmental about it, just be aware. And as you become aware, you can tack and adjust. So go ahead and open your eyes whenever you're ready. And feel proud to find fresh food. As Wordsworth put it, for only then, when memory is hushed, will you be at rest. In other words, and again, he just said it in a slightly different way, be present in the moment. Thanks for watching. I'll be back here tomorrow.